So our aim is to create a isometric view based on these orthographic views. Uh, so in this problem, they provide you with the front view and the top view of a solid. So based on these two views, I need to construct a isometric view. So let's draw the isometric view of the solid model. So to create an isometric view, we are using a 2D template, which we already created. No, I'm going to use the same template. So you can browse it. So select the template, that particular template. So we already saved it in a folder. No, so you can use the template. So I will show the path. Just pick a template which we created. Once you click open, then you will have a window like this. So I already selected the template. Now check whether you need to move back to drafting and annotations mode. So check whether you are presently using that mode or not. So go to settings and see by default. So in the previous case, since we created 3D models now, so I need to move back to drafting and annotations. Let's select this option. So I'm creating a isometric view based on on a 2D plane as a 2D drawing. Okay, for my convenience, I'm putting the drawing here so that I can view the dimensions properly. So I assume that this solid is resting on this particular corner. So to draw the isometric views now, you need to switch on this isometric drafting. You can flip from one plane to the other plane like iso plane right, top or left. You need to use these options continuously. So let me start with so based on the dimensions or the features now, you need to move from one plane to the other plane. Okay, let's activate this. So I'll start with the isoplane right. So I assume that the solid is resting on this corner. So let's start with a line. So let's mark a point. So if you're not if you get confused with the grid, you can switch off the grid option. So I'll start from this point. So assume that it is resting on that corner. So switch on the ortho. So I need to move along 15. Just read the drawing carefully. So I'll start like enter. Then I need to move about a height of 6 mm, which is clearly observed in the drawing. So let's move. So I assume that this thickness is 5 mm. Okay. So this should be 50. So let's add a dimension there. 50, enter. Drop down about 6 mm and move along, move about 10 mm. Press enter. Then along the height now, I need to move about 45. It is clearly given now. The height of that feature is 45. So add 45, enter. Then move about 15. So in this direction, enter. So here this length is equal to it should be 45 minus 20. So it should be 25. So I will move along in the downward direction. So this value should be 25. Enter. Then move back to the starting point. So this length should be So just read it from the drawing. It should be 60 mm, no? So let's add 60, enter, and move along the downward direction about 20 mm. So I'm finished with this feature. Press escape. Now I will change the plane to iso left, because I need to show the thickness, no, width of thickness of the solid. So that should be, I should draw it along this plane. So once again choose line option. So I need to move about 45. So I'll start from here. So let's add a length of 45, enter. Height should be 20. Then move back to this point. Press escape. Now I'm drawing this surface. So I need to change the plane to, I'll choose, I will move back to iso right plane. So once again select line option. So from here I need to produce a length of 60. Then height about 25. And move about 15. Enter. See, I can't create, I can't join these lines, no. So let's change the plane to iso top. Press escape. Change the plane to isoplane top. Now let's join these endpoints. Similarly, I will draw this feature initially. So forget about the visibility at the present. Just create the whole structure initially. Later you can trim the unwanted entities. So I'm done with the major portion of the solid. So I need to show this extension portion. So see, the width is 25. Here the depth is 5 mm. You can read it from the drawing, no? So I'll stick to the top plane. Now I'll start drawing a line. So I'll start from this point. So let's move along this orientation. So how much should I move? So let's subtract 25 from 45 and divide by 2. So it should be 10 mm, no? So let's add 10, enter. Then I will move along 5 mm in this direction. So the thickness of that feature is 25. Let's add 25, enter. And move back along 5 mm. So I'm done with this feature. So see here, the edge should be straight line, no? Okay. So now I'm going to create this rib section. So for that, I'm choosing the top plane once again. So let's stay with this. See this dimension, the thickness of this feature is 9, no? So I'll subtract 9 from 45. It should be 36. So 8 divided by 2, 18. So the distance between this edge and this edge is 18. So I'll use a line. I'll start from this point. So let's move 18 mm along this direction. Enter. Then move about. See, the length should be. It should be 60 minus 15. No, it should be 45. So let's add 45. Enter. Then this thickness is 9. Let's press enter and move back to 45. So this actually shows uh, the, the base of that rib. Press escape. So I need to uh, see, I need to create one more feature here. So I will mark 2 points, or you can draw lines of 18 mm each. So from here I'll move along 18, press escape, enter. I will draw one more line starting from here, and the value should be 18. Now, since here this line is actually slant, as this represents a slant surface now. So I will switch off the auto and I will join uh, this this point with this point. So let's use line option. So just pick this option and join this with this endpoint. Press escape, enter, repeat the process, press escape. Now this line is also visible. So I'll create a new line. So I'll join this point with this. So now I will also join, I will also create a new line. So just draw a line. So I'll just drop a vertical, press escape. So only this portion of the edge is visible. So I need to trim this. So so I'm done with the figure. Now I'm going to delete the entities that are not visible to us. So use trim option. So this line is only visible to up to this point. Similarly, this edge is not visible to us. This section of this edge is only is hidden under this feature. So this is continuous. So I need to delete this edge. So I'm done with the isometric view. Now I need to add the dimensions. Press escape. So add the dimensions. So I'm opting for under annotate. You can pick dimension. So let's show the dimensions. So I'll select this edge. So place it randomly. So I'll add a dimension here. Later I'm going to edit the dimensions according to the orientation. So let's select this edge, add a dimension. See, since you are using isometric view, see the dimensions are not aligned with the edges, So you can edit the dimensioning. So let's select this option. So I need to pick this edit dimensioning or dimensioning edit option. So the shortcut for is DIA MED. So I'm picking this option. Okay. So I need to opt for oblique. Then select this particular dimension. Enter. So I need to show the angle. So I will select these two edges. So let me redo it once again. Enter. See, I'll select this line because the line dimension should be aligned with this line, no? So automatically uh, you can edit this dimension. So similarly, use the same process to represent uh, the remaining entities. Okay, so use the same process. Use oblique. I'll select this dimension. Enter. So I'll choose this edge as angle. Press enter. So I'll choose oblique once again. Select this edge. Enter. I'll choose this as the orientation. So similarly, follow the same process to add the remaining dimensions. Enter. Choose oblique. Select this dimension. So it should be aligned with this line. So once you add the dimensions, you can use the layout to create the drawing. So add the remaining dimensions. So then move to layout. So I'm going to delete this. See, so just click on the graphic window. So you need to change the scale. No scale. You need to follow it as 1:1. I will switch off the grid and realign this within the space. Now you can convert this into a PDF form. In a PDF form. So just right click, plot the area, and convert this drawing into a PDF document. So just I added only some of the dimensions, but you need to add the dimensions to all the entities. Okay, I forgot to add thickness to the object because I need to change the only uh, the true edges should be dark now. So you can use the layers option to define which is visible and which is not visible. So I will delete these unwanted lines. So here also I created some entities now. Now I'm going to convert cell add line weight to only particular objects. So here I'm going to select all the entities. Then I'm going to unselect. Better to pick them individually. So I'm selecting only these features, and I'll change the layer to object. Carefully select the entities. So you can uh, like add the layer before creating the dimensions so that it take less time. So I forgot to add those dimensions no earlier. See, I'm picking the line instead of align dimensions. I will pick the line. So all these entities should be dark. So let's change the layer to object. Okay. Press escape. So you can check the line whether you applied the line weight or not by just clicking this icon. See, I forget to change these two line add these two lines. So I'll select these two lines and I'll change it to object. So now this looks good. So after adding this, take a printout or convert the drawing into a PDF form.